Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Hazeeq, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Cosmos Atom. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right hand corner of the screen. And also there is a donation link down below in the description. Feel free to donate a few dollars to the kids in Gaza. Now let's jump into the TA. Taking a look at the daily chart, you can see that from this bottom in October, we had a very nice move of approximately 137%, and we got to the 1.618 target of this fractal. So we did have a fib set up from the bottom in October 2023 to the local top in July 2023. And we obviously print this bottom, and then we start moving to our targets. We took out the 1.272, which was the minimal target at $11.80. From there, we rolled over back to the 786 Fibonacci level at $9.20. And then from there, we had another move to the upside, breaking the local top and getting to the technical target at $14.10. And we even went slightly higher than that. So from here, we would hopefully have a nice retracement back to the 20 EMA. That is this yellow line here. That would be an optimal entry point for anyone looking to buy Cosmos Atom coins. Also, this local top from December 2023 at $12 is also going to be a really good entry point. So if you want to set up some buy limit orders in advance, I would only encourage that. But there is no guarantee that we're going to get down to those numbers. Obviously, logically speaking, I think $12 is a target that we can get back down to. But in reality, you had a very, very long time to accumulate a lot of these coins during the bear market. For example, in 2023, you had this entire massive downtrend you could have been buying, as well as this downtrend in 2022. Now, we have been accumulating throughout this entire bear market over here, and our average buy-in price right now is, I think, down to $7-ish, $7.70. With the staking rewards, of course, we do get airdrops as well. So it's very, very beneficial to hold and stake Cosmos Atom coins. Some people are not happy with the way the token has been performing, and I totally understand that. It hasn't been doing as well as some other coins, some other layer ones. And if we look back in 2022, it was one of the few coins doing this massive move to the upside, getting to $17 with Injective. These two coins were in our portfolio back then, and they were performing extremely well. And we don't see that right now from Cosmos, even though Injective is performing well. Cosmos is not doing as well, but hopefully with time, we can hopefully break above the September 2022 high, and that would be the confirmation of the bear market bottom here for Atom. Actually, the bottom would be, technically speaking, back in June 2022, which is when we dropped to $5.60. And zooming out a bit, we can take a look at some targets after the $17 mark. We have the 2.272 on this fib at $19.71. And then we have this level at $20.20 based on this retest that we had back in December 2021, where we saw that bounce from the all-time high in September, and then we had another move to the upside into January 2022, essentially reaching the exact same level. So we did a 2x here from December into January. And from there, we obviously capitulated, and we lost this support at $17, had a back test of resistance, and that's why $17 right now is quite an important level for us. Can Cosmos get back to the all-time high? I do think it's very possible. We did not break down below $5.60. We did not even get back down to the September 2020 prices, so I am bullish on Cosmos Atom. Obviously, I don't think this is going to be a 100x project as of right now. It can, however, get to $40 to $50 to $60 even. I'm very certain that those numbers are reachable. And if you want my full exit strategy, we have that on Patreon, so feel free to check that out. Now, let's switch over to the weekly. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon that's linked down below in the description. If you enjoy my content, you want to get more exclusive content, and you want to support me at the same time, definitely feel free to check out the Patreon, because you're going to get a 7-day free access on my Patreon and an instant access to all of my content since October 2021, which is when I started. You'll get access to content like exclusive weekly podcasts, and we're starting to invite guests already. We have 40 plus low cap gem posts. We have a bunch of project reviews. We have a bunch of resources that are going to help you save time and make more money with this upcoming bull market. So this is definitely a great exchange of value for the both of us. And once again, there's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. You can leave anytime, and let's continue with the video. Taking a look at the weekly chart, we are breaking above a few resistance levels here. As you can see, this point, over here, we're breaking above the yellow and the pink resistance trend lines. And this is a major indicator, because these trend lines have been keeping us down for quite a while. For example, the yellow trend line has been our enemy since September 2022 effectively, which is when we printed that $17 local top. And then we ran into it slightly here in December 2023, but right now it looks like we're trying to break above it, and we're hopefully going to start opening candles above those levels. And the pink trend line was our resistance since this point here in July 2023, then once again in December 2023, and then we're breaking above it here in March 2023. So what I would like to do is start holding the pink trend line as support, and I'd like to continuously bounce off of it. And from there, we could break above $17 and get to the golden ratio at $21, which is going to be a major target for us. On the other hand, we could see a move back down to the yellow trend line and back test that as support. That's also a possibility, especially if Bitcoin starts dropping slightly. So you can target both of these trend lines as support from now on. And of course, you have the 200 EMA and the 20 EMA that's catching up to the 200 EMA. Those are going to be nice support levels, but the 20 EMA is going to be your major support band during the bull market. So whenever you pull back down after we start pumping into the 30s and 40s, whenever you come back down to the 20 EMA, that is going to be an optimal entry point. So just keep that in mind. And if you look at the green blocks that we had set up here way in advance before we got to them in June 2022, based on these touches from 2020, you can see that we dipped into this zone between $6.50 down to $5.55. That was a great entry point. And then we also had another retest of that green block in September/October 2023, and then we started moving to the upside. Then we started this uptrend, which hopefully will continue into summer 2024. Now let's take a look at the RSI here. So the RSI broke above this resistance trend line, this white resistance trend line that has been keeping us down since September 2021. So that was a major resistance level. Let's take a look at vol. So we're not getting a lot of volume here. I mean, this week is looking good. This week is looking pretty good in terms of volume. And then also over here in December, we had a good candle, but it isn't what I would be expecting. So hopefully Cosmos can pick up, and hopefully Cosmos can catch up to some of those layer 1s and layer 0 projects that are doing slightly better. Now, Cosmos is on its way to the overbought, and whenever this happens, that is a good indicator to start paying more attention to the charts, because we could have a rollover just like we did back over here, and just like we did back over here, and of course just like we did back over here. So each time we were this overbought, we had a move back down. Let me just highlight all of these points of contacts just so you can clearly see them. So every single time we got up into the overbought, we got a rejection back down. So this time around, we could continue pumping. Let's say we pump for another month or two and we get to $20. Let's say we get slightly higher than that. We have a correction into the summer and then another move to the upside towards the end of the year. And that will get us to new all-time high prices. Hopefully, that's at least what I'm looking for. Doesn't look like Cosmos is going to be breaking all-time high prices before June 2024, unfortunately. After the halving, once we get the alt season, hopefully that's when Cosmos is going to, take off. But it might happen before that, of course. It's just that I'm basing it off of the current trend and the impulsivity of all the waves, because it doesn't look like Cosmos is having these parabolic moves as of yet. During the alt season, that's going to be very, very likely. The stochastic is also pretty close to the overbought, above the index of 80. So I would probably slightly wait before buying, because this is a bit too much for me in terms of buying. Like I said, 130-ish percent, 120% from the local bottom here. I would wait until we see a pullback to either the pink or yellow trend lines. Like I said, below $12. That would be a great entry point. If you really want to FOMO in and you want to earn those staking rewards, yes, you can potentially buy some tokens here, send them into staking, and then start earning and start qualifying for those airdrops. But if you're not really looking to stake, I don't think this is the best time to be buying Cosmos Atom, but not a financial advice, of course. Over the long term, we do have a minimal target at $74 and $95 for the bull market. I don't think we're going to be getting to $140, to be honest with you. But I think these two targets are going to be met if Cosmos picks up and actually starts catching up to other projects. Let me know what is your average entry point into Cosmos. Let me know what are your targets. Thank you all for watching this video. Stay safe and goodbye.